the Will Smith challenge. Do you know who Will Smith is? Do you know who Will Smith is? Great, okay. Most of you know Will Smith as the famous Hollywood actor. But years before he became a famous Hollywood actor, he was a rapper. And he's that type of rapper who is, what should I say, soft, very commercial. So the hardcore artists do give me a hard time. It's like, yeah, you soft. So he threw a challenge to fellow rappers to come up with a hit song without swear words. And we took that ethos and did it run through our programs. Whether we're working with young people, indeed adults, we don't abide by swear words. We like things to be positive. So I just revealed that we don't only just work with young people. That is our ethos. We think young people do not live in silos. So we also do programs for young people. We also do programs for adults. But more importantly, we also like intergenerational programs. Now, coming back to why we are here today, one of the strands we've developed is called Music4Causes. Yeah, causes spelled C-A-U-S-E-S. Causes, yeah. Because I found that people engage in different ways. Some people are happy to read, some people are happy to listen, some people need music to get things going. So whatever programs we do, we try and see how we can use music to push the message along. So Keep is one of the rap artists we would work with, who have a remit. So it doesn't just come freestyle and say whatever he wants to. We have facts and who work around it to make it very engaging. So in fact, I think they might be bored of my voice. So just drop a verse and, you know, across one of the tracks so you know what I'm talking about.
Okay, one of the songs that I wrote for a project entitled Did You Know African History is called I'm an African. So I'll do that song for you now, Akoben. The chorus goes, I'm a child of the motherland, destined so I understand. I belong on the top and not the underhand. My ancestors were great, I got no other plans than to follow their paths. I am an African. I'm a child of a great place. My bloodline's got a great fate. So it's time that minds take shape in the form of those who went before me, blazing history's pages with legacies of glory. Marcus Garvey, the Jamaican orator who led millions through racist streets and corridors, determined for equality, keys for any door, economic empowerment so blacks are never poor. He's one of many. We'll look at several more, so let's rewind, go back in time a bit further, and take a look at Imhotep, an avid learner, an architect and engineer, and a physician, a philosopher as well with poetic intuition, knowledge beyond restrictions to others' measurements, applying a brilliant mind to various elements, speech refined, life defined by black intelligence, a child of the motherland, destined so I understand. I belong on the top and not the underhand. My ancestors were great, I got no other plans than to follow their paths. I am an African, a child of the motherland, destined so I understand. I belong on the top and not the underhand. My ancestors were great, I got no other plans than to follow their paths. I am an African. Shall I go on?
That's fine for now. Right, what happens is that October is our Black History Month, for those that do not know. And particularly for young people, and African young people in particular, they find it hard engaging in the whole theme of our Black History Month. If it's singing and dancing, that's cool. But our programs, even though I'm part of the music industry in our organization called Black Music Congress, my focus, what we're looking at Black History Month, is about history. So I don't really engage in singing and dancing because I think that's entertainment, and we can do that 11 months of the year. So when we do heavy things in terms of Black History Month, looking at history, that is an example that can engage people for a while because they may get bored of my voice or a PowerPoint presentation. Then Kimber comes and rhymes, so they pick up something. So that's how we're engaging. For example, this evening, I have to rush to the Westminster City Hall because we've got a Black History Month program. This year, we've been highlighting civil rights. And when I say civil rights, in fact, why don't I make this interactive? I mentioned civil rights. Can you just mention someone in terms of civil rights, please, quickly?
Ella Baker.
Pardon? Martin Luther King, right. That, I'm not decrying, that is the most obvious answer. Why? Because we relate civil rights to America, but there was civil rights in Britain. So what we do is called the NAM's African British Civil Rights History, where we focus on people, including Benny Grant, is one of our NAM role models, and he's highlighted in this program. So we focus on people in the UK, because as much as we respect Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Rosa Parks, there are people who've done things in here. We have to know there was something like the Bristol Bass Boycott. A lot of us do not know. We know about the Montgomery Bass Boycott. So that is what we do. So this evening, for example, Kimber, once we finish we're in the middle of the presentation, we'll perform something highlighting some of the artists. So Kimber, can you just drop something to do with what we do in the NAM? Paul Stevenson or...
Paul Stevenson led the Bristol boycott, Swami Bus Company, the discrimination stopped, and as others, Samuel Coleridge Taylor, an African composer who was quite major in the 20th century as Hiawatha's wedding feast, and Britain rivaled Handel's Messiah's Peace, and as other feats great Africans accomplished, Cubano and Equiano took steps to abolish slavery, writing biographies greatly acknowledged.
So that's the type of stuff we do. I think what we're trying to do is for people to, especially obviously there are not a lot of young people here, but you engage with young people, tell you of your projects. We've been to projects and they just want us to contain the young people. I think if we have a project, our young people do not learn, I think it's a waste of time. We should stretch our young people because sometimes we really undervalue them. We think they're not capable. In the start of Black History Month, which was October 1st, we went to the Black History Live. Didn't we hear about that? That was the first in our Wembley Stadium. We were not at the top of the bill. In fact, we were right at the back and we were supposed to do a workshop. It was called Rapping Royalty, BTWSC Rapping Royalty, something of those terms. But we were not interested in just doing something fun. The young people engaged, and I have to give credit to Kimber because Kimber had, what were the ages? Something like, I don't know, from 3 years on. And if you teach, you know how difficult it was. But people like Kimber can engage. And in the end, they had a bit of a rap, and they came on the microphone and did it. But the important thing is that they were talking sense. We don't buy swear words, but we also need people to talk sense because the information is there, and we have to push them. So that's what Music4Causes does. The last thing I'll say is that the Music4Causes is run by BritishBlackMusic.com, BTWSC, and another strand called Akoben Awards. What we do with Akoben Awards is that we do a whole range of things, including music business courses, because we think our young people are talented at singing, dancing, rapping. They want to be in the music business. Not all of them are going to be on X Factor, i.e. in front of the microphone. There's a whole raft of opportunities behind the scenes. One of the music lawyers we work with says he wanted to be a singer when he started, but he soon found out that he was not good at singing. But he still wanted to be in the music business. So do you know what he did? Well, the good thing is that his parents gave me a reality check that you're not too good as a singer, right? So sometimes we need that reality check because we're not good enough, and we need to tell our young people, with love, what do they call it? Tough love. We have to, or else they'll have false expectations. Come 18, 19, they think they're talented. No, you have to say that. But we come back to the story I'm saying. What he found out is that he could be a lawyer, but more importantly, he could be a music industry lawyer. So he's still involved in the music business, but not as a singer. So the message I want to give to people running youth projects is that, particularly in entertainment, let's not just focus on the performance end. If they're talented and capable, please encourage them. But if not, say, you can be a stagehand. There's lots of stuff. Lightning. So, you could be a music industry accountant and whatnot. So that's the last, and I'll leave with you. But I think since it's about lunch, I want you to go on an uplifting tempo. So Kimber, this is, come over. Just do one of our stuff that's going to uplift them. We've got a bit of a repertoire, so just break down something that's going to uplift them. Pass the baton, for example.
Let me just finish with the last verse of the song that I started with. I'm an African. The last verse says, so whether I'm in Peckham, Poland, or Portugal, I'm an African from a line of great oracles, whose feats are documented and historical, who started great and overcame what was horrible. So if you in Togo, Texas, or Taiwan, African blood runs thick from Chad to Saigon. Dr. John Roberts QC said it best, whatever's in the bone will come out of the flesh. I'm a child of the motherland, destined so I understand. I belong on the top and not the underhand. My ancestors were great, I got no other plan than to follow their paths. I am an African.
I just need to add a provide, so the fact that King is talking about an African, our projects are very inclusive. Black History Month projects for everyone, because particularly Black History Month, it's about other cultures engaging and understanding. Also, you're talking amongst yourselves. So we encourage different races. So this was to highlight Africans. That's why Kim is talking about Africans, but it's no way excluding any races. Our websites, if you're interested, first of all, British blackmusic.com or BTWSC.com.